Homer eats high-fat, high-calorie junk food every day. The junk food has even taken up Marge's place at the table. Occasionally, Homer feels a sudden twinge in his chest. This must be his body sending out a distress signal. However, Homer is just choking on chicken.
There it goes.
The next day, Lisa's screaming causes Homer's heart to feel uncomfortable again. The sensation is like a knife stabbing into his heart, but Homer still doesn't care and continues eating bacon. Marge notices the health risks Homer is facing and prepares oatmeal for his breakfast. Homer glances at it and tricks Marge by claiming there are bugs in it. The next second, he dumps the oatmeal into the sink. Homer prepares himself an unhealthy breakfast instead.
Dad, there's a bug on that.
At this point, Homer can hear the thumping sound more and more clearly. While getting gas, he asks the attendant if he can hear the strange noise. The attendant listens and says it's the sound of a heartbeat. Only then does Homer feel relieved. He thought it was the car breaking down. During work hours, he frantically eats donuts. Burns sees this and gets angry, but what Homer doesn't know is that he's about to eat a poisoned donut. At this moment, the secretary says this behavior constitutes attempted murder.
Damn their oily hides! Bring him to me!
Homer sees Burns and gets very nervous, but when he hears that Burns is just saying hello to him, Homer relaxes. Then Burns angrily tells Homer that he's fired. Homer's heart starts beating rapidly again. Talking to the boss is like riding a roller coaster. Homer's heart is teetering on the edge of breaking. Eventually, he goes into shock from this conversation. Homer's soul has already floated out of his body, but when he hears that Burns will send ham to Marge, he forcefully shoves his soul back in.
No, wait, he's alive. Oh, good. Cancel the ham. No!
The ambulance rushes Homer to the hospital. The doctor is doing everything possible to resuscitate Homer.
More. Thank you.
Marge also arrives at the hospital. The doctor tells Homer he just had a mild heart attack. Homer asks the doctor if he's okay now, but the doctor says quite the opposite. It will be more serious later. He injects radioactive dye into Homer's body.
But doctor, I haven't injected the dye yet.
Good Lord.
Hi.
The doctor plans to do an obesity analysis test on Homer. He will shake up the fat on Homer's body and then calculate how long it takes to stop.
Woohoo! Look at that blubber fly!
Yes. Nurse, cancel my 1 o'clock.
Eventually, the doctor's conclusion is that Homer needs coronary bypass surgery, which will cost $30,000.
I'm afraid it's now 40,000.
Homer and Marge return home and calculate their family savings. They now have only $70. Marge asks if the nuclear power plant doesn't have health insurance, but they gave up insurance for a pinball machine. Homer tries to comfort Marge, saying American healthcare is second only to Japan, and they should be grateful they don't live in Paraguay. The next day, Homer plans to buy insurance on the spot. According to protocol, Homer must truthfully fill out his health status. The underwriter asks him a few questions and is about to have him sign. Just as Homer is about to sign, an accident happens. His heart starts twitching again. Seeing this, the underwriter quickly snatches back the insurance policy. After an intense struggle, Homer finally collapses. The doctor resuscitates Homer again. He tells Homer that surgery must be done as soon as possible, but Homer can't afford the surgery.
Maybe I should buy one of those machines. Oh yeah, that's the stuff.
Homer goes to the local pastor to confess and, by the way, ask the pastor to lend him money for the surgery. When the pastor doesn't respond, Homer goes to a synagogue. Homer approaches many people, but none are willing to lend him money. He can only sit at home waiting for death to claim him. At this moment, a doctor's advertisement appears on TV. He charges only $129.95 per surgery. Only now do the children learn that Homer is seriously ill and needs surgery.
I won't have a dad. For a while.
Homer comforts the children, saying he won't die. Only bad people die.
What about Abraham Lincoln?
He sold poison milk to school children.
Homer is now lying in the hospital having a great time. To his surprise, the patient in the next bed is Flanders. Homer is shocked. How could Flanders be here? However, Flanders is just preparing to donate a kidney. Although no one needs it yet, it's first come, first served. Flanders hears that Homer needs heart surgery. He's very sorry that he only has one heart.
Shut up, Flanders.
Dr. Nick has just killed a patient during surgery. The family members downstairs are looking for him to settle accounts. Reporters are also fanning the flames. Dr. Nick has no choice but to jump out the window and flee. Homer inevitably feels a bit anxious seeing such a doctor. He sees Flanders praying to God, so he imitates Flanders and prays too. He hopes his family will all be safe and healthy from now on. The next day, relatives and friends rush over after hearing the news. Abe is a white-haired person seeing off a black-haired person, yet he feels happy. The nuclear power plant employees also hope Homer recovers soon. Mo even brings a beer to cheer Homer up. Lisa has been reading books about the heart these past few days. She even bought a cow's heart from the market to study. At this time, Dr. Nick is also studying Homer's surgery. Although he's a bit afraid of blood, he basically understands the procedure. But something else was inserted at the end of the videotape, so he didn't quite understand the final steps. Homer has a heart-to-heart talk with the children. After listening, they hug each other tightly. Soon, Homer is lying on the operating table. There are even many people watching outside the door. Dr. Nick perfunctorily washes his hands and then puts on gloves.
Free with my toilet brush.
After being anesthetized, Homer can only leave it to fate. Marge, waiting outside, is very nervous. Homer's good friends are also praying silently for him at the bar. The surgery scene is very tense. At the critical moment, Dr. Nick forgets the steps. He comforts himself not to panic and think about what he learned in school,
Seriously, baby, I can prescribe anything I want.
but he still doesn't know how to proceed. Lisa in the audience gets anxious. She tells the doctor the correct steps. After thanking Lisa, the doctor continues with the operation. Under Lisa's off-site guidance, the doctor actually completes Homer's surgery successfully. Homer is then transferred to the intensive care unit.